Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of the summit of the future. That is, as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a 3-day visit to the US, and he has also attended the Quad meeting there, and many initiatives has been covered or has been announced at the Quad summit that Ritu ma'am has discussed in the in news. So you people can go and check out the in news if you want to know about the Quad summit 2024. And with the Quad summit, the 3-day visit, at the end of the 3-day visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also attended one more summit, and that is the United Nations Summit of the Future. As the word itself is telling that it is a summit which talks about the future. It means it is a summit which talks about the sustainable development. Sustainable development, the word becomes very, very important, can be very useful for you in your mains answer writing, because what we are doing as of now and how much and in what condition we will be transferring the things to the future generation. So that is what the word sustainable or sustainable development means. So let us first of all talk about the timeline. First we will be looking at the news, then we will be seeing that what is United Nations Future Summit and what the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi has said in this summit. And in the end, prelims practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2. International relations can come, global groupings can come. And what becomes important for you is this portion. What Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said, because the statements that the Prime Minister of this country gives becomes very, very important. And if you are able to quote these terms or these phrases in the answers and in your essays, then you can definitely fetch extra marks, because these are credible statements, these are authentic statements given by the Prime Minister of a country. So becomes important for you to remember this. And then what is UN Futures Summit? So before moving forward, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And the news talks about what is United Nations Summit of the Future. Summit of the Future that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address. So let us see. And before moving forward, Drishti IAS has come up with the IAS GS Foundation course, that is prelims plus mains in offline mode. So offline mode is important, and this is in English medium. So the different branches of Drishti is coming up with the English medium offline batches. First is Indore, 24th September, 8 AM. Prayagraj, 3rd October, 11:30 AM. Then Jaipur, 7th October, 5:30 PM. Lucknow, 16th October, 8 AM. Karol Bagh, Delhi is 17th October, 8 AM. So if you want to enroll in the offline classes and be addressed by the distinguished faculties, so you can go for it. And for more information, you need to call us at the number 8010440440. So even if you want any kind of query, you go and dial this number and clear all your doubts. So let us begin and continue with the news. So recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a 3-day visit to the United States of America, and at the end of his 3-day visit, he has addressed the Summit of the Future. Summit of the Future at the United Nations in New York. So the name of the summit is the Summit of the Futures. And it was a day after the UNGA. UNGA is United Nations General Assembly. So this address at the Summit of the Future at the United Nations, this has come up a day after the United Nations General Assembly has approved a 42-page plan to unite the world to fix problems such as climate change, artificial intelligence, war, inequality and poverty. Now, first of all, what is United Nations Futures Summit? So first of all, you need to remember that Futures Summit is of United Nations, and as the word itself is telling that it talks about sustainable development, it talks about things of the future, and how can the future, the present things that can be done which will make the future more easy and sustainable. Then the UN Futures Summit idea was proposed by the Antonio Guterres in 2021 report, and the name of the report was Our Common Agenda. Our Common Agenda. So, the Summit of the Future to forge a new global consensus on what our future should look like and what can we do today to secure it. So, basically, how the future looks like and today what can be done to make that future better and sustainable. Then the Summit of the Future is taking place on September 22-23 prior to the United Nations General Assembly in New York. And the theme for this year's summit was multilateral solutions for a better tomorrow. Multilateral means that a solution which is proposed or which is addressed by 3 or more than 3 countries. It means many countries and many states are coming together to take out a solution for a better tomorrow, so that the future can be made better and what needs to be done today to make it better. Then Antonio Guterres has called the summit a once in a generation UN summit. So once in a generation UN summit. And the United Nations has entered the 80th year of its establishment in 2025. So in the year 2025, United Nations will enter at the 80th year of its establishment. And the summit has concluded, and the conclusion has come up with the adoption of an outcome document, and the name of the document is A Pact for the Future. And inside this document there are two more annexes, and that is, first is Global Digital Compact and second is Declaration on Future Generations. So main one single document, and that is Pact for the Future, and within Pact for the Future document there are 2 more annexes, and first is Global Digital Compact and second is Declaration on Future Generations. So this is about the UN Futures Summit. Now comes the important point, and that is that what the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said at the summit. Very, very important points that you can note down and will be very helpful for writing the introduction or the way forward in your mains answer writing. So let's see what the Indian Prime Minister has said. So he says that reforms in global institutions are essential for global peace and development. That is, to bring global peace and development at the global level, reforms needs to be done. It means that things which are not going well in a global institution, things needs to be changed and reforms needs to be done so that peace and development can take place. Then success of humanity lies in our collective strength, not in the battlefield. Collective strength means that every state, every country must come together and collectively work for making the society a better place to live, sustainable place to live with peace, humanity, humankind. And so looking at the situation which is going on as of now in the country, where so many wars are going or so many wars are on the brink of a start, like for example the Russia-Ukraine war, the Israel-Hamas war, and recently the Israel-Lebanon or Hezbollah war, which has, you cannot say exactly war, but it is on the brink of a war. The situation seems to be like that. Then cyber, maritime and space emerging as new threats of conflict apart from terrorism. So terrorism as of now is a point on which conflict is there among the countries, and apart from terrorism, cyber, maritime and space, these are also the points which are emerging as the new threats of or the new theaters of conflict. These 3 points, cyber, maritime and space, can be the points in future on which the conflict can happen among countries or among different states. Cyber as of now is one of the biggest problems that is going through. The people or the society is going through the cyber attacks, the spyware attacks, the malware attacks. So these are becoming even, or you can say these are increasing with each passing day or month. Now The Prime Minister of India also pitched for global digital governance to ensure that the national sovereignty and integrity are upheld. Global digital governance, as the present government of India talks about digitization, and the Digital India mission is one of the most illustrious mission of this present government. So the Prime Minister has also pitched for the global digital governance, and India is also ready to share its global digital infrastructure with the world. So things needs to be done at the digital level, at the global level. Then when we are discussing the global future, we must accord the highest priority to a human-centric approach. So highest priority must be given to the human-centric approach. It means that whatever the scenario is, humanity must be at the forefront. The humanity or the human-centric approach, whatever the situation is, the priority or the center of everything must be human things. How the life or the human environment can be made better for the living standards of humans, or how the society can turn better for humankind. Then, while prioritizing sustainable development, we must also ensure human welfare, food and health security. Now this becomes an important point, health security, because recently the world has gone through such a big pandemic, and that is the COVID-19 pandemic, where we see lakhs of people have lost their life, and even the health infrastructure of the world collapsed. And that has brought the attention of the global leaders that how important is to build a resilient health infrastructure, and how important it is to focus on the health infrastructure in a country like India, where more than 1.4 billion people lives, and how the social security benefits also become very, very important. And recently the Indian government has also taken a very good initiative, that is giving health insurance for the people of 70 plus years for secondary and tertiary care. Then human welfare. Human welfare is, it means that giving the right living conditions, giving the right sanitation, giving a proper environment and ecosystem, pollution free environment, and also earth or a planet which is suitable for a good life. Then comes human welfare and food. Food is one of the sustainable development goals also, that is SDG, and there are so many people as of now which is suffering because of malnutrition, because of undernutrition, and as of now the situation which is going on in the African continent, and specifically if we talk about then the northern African countries, and also in recent past we see that the news are coming up that the culling of wild animals are also taking place in countries like Zimbabwe or Namibia, because the severe drought is going in African countries, because of which not enough food is there for the people to have. So this also brings our attention towards the point of agriculture, that how important it is to focus on the agricultural aspect. Agricultural aspect cannot be ignored if a nation is moving towards the industrialization. Then comes the point that India's aspirations to become a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. And to become a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, India has been pitching to become the permanent member since a long period of time. And the United Nations Security Council, when we talk about the permanent members and the veto powers they possess, like for example the United States, the United Kingdom, China, Russia, France. So it is time that India must also get an entry, or the United Nations Security Council must be expanded or broadened. Then India is ready to share its digital public infrastructure with the entire world. As in the last 1 decade, and specifically in the last 5 years, if we will see, then India has taken a big leap forward when it comes to using things digitally, and when it comes to making people shift towards the digital or digitization or the digital world. Now things are changing, even though it is taking little time, but it is changing and changing for the good, because shifting things on digital platform brings more transparency and brings more objectivity into the space. So India is ready to share its digital public infrastructure with the world. And with these things, these are few of the highlights of what the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said at the UN Summit for Futures. Now what becomes important for you too is that you need to take these words and see where you can insert these phrases or insert these statements of the Prime Minister, so that you can prepare a better introduction or a better conclusion or a way forward. Like for example, digital public infrastructure, you can use it in health, you can use it in GS paper 3. Permanent member of the UNSC Security Council, GS paper 2. Secure human welfare, food and health security, GS paper 3. Then comes human centric approach, global digital governance, GS paper 2. Then global peace and development, collective strength, cyber, maritime and space. So these are the things you need to see, that what you can do and how you can make your answer better by using or by inserting these words. Now in the end, the prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. The question reads, the Cancer Moonshot Initiative and the Maritime Initiative for Training in the Indo-Pacific has been launched at SCO meeting, G20, Quad Summit 2024, or none of the above. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.